What is the importance of data analyst? You are studying this course to be a data analyst. So what you will need, why companies need data analysts? Because data analysts bridge raw data and decision making. And he can provide actionable insights, optimize business process, enhance understanding of trends and patterns. So nowadays, no single company or organization that looks forward to be better and to stand out the competition and to build a tower of over the competition in the market doesn't put data in its priority, because data is the drive of the market. Without data analysis, going deeper into data, getting future insights, we couldn't improve. Not only for companies, not only for sales transaction or something like that in the market, in the marketing. Why this channel is not prioritized? Why, if I am a researcher, why we get this data? Why we get these recordings? Why we have a lot of fires in a certain country? Why the car accidents increase over the past years? How can we avoid that? Why, what, and how? These are important questions for every organization, whatever its specialization is, need to be answered in order to stand out the competition. So data analyst is the scope, is the main actor in the scene. Data collection. So when we start to work on data, we have some steps to work on data. We don't work on the data randomly. But first, before even the data collection, we have to know the question, the hypothesis that we are working on, the problem. We have to define the problem in order to follow the right path to solve the problem. For example, I am as a data analyst. For example, a company told me that we have a drop in the sales and we need to increase our sales. So the problem is drop in the sales. The goal is increase the sales. So before starting, we need to know the problem and the goal and set hypotheses that can guide us how to work and the path that we can follow. So before collecting data, before anything, we have to know what is the problem that need to be solved. What is the goal? Sometimes it is not a problem, but we have a goal. Our products sales are very high, but we need to make it higher, or to keep this standard of sales, or to keep the standard of the quality, or to make higher quality than, or to add something that doesn't exist in the market. So I have to define the problem and the goal. We need to set hypothesis. Then data collection step will start, because we will collect data depending on what we need to do. So for data collection, we have many ways to collect data. Data can be collected by data engineer who sets up systems for data collections, or by survey teams who can collect direct user feedback, like user satisfaction for a certain product or a certain service. For example, there is a certain service and we need to know what is the customer satisfaction with this service. So we make surveys, like online surveys, using Google Forms or whatever, to collect the percentage of user satisfaction. May we find that 40% of users are satisfied with our product, while 60% are not satisfied. So we have to work on this fact. Also, there are automated systems that can gather data through digital platforms. What are the steps of working on the data? First, we have to define the problem or the goal, as I mentioned earlier, and then we collect the relevant data. Relevant to what? Relevant to the problem or the goal that I want to set. The problem that I want to solve or the goal that I want to set. After collection, we have to clean and pre-process the data. What is data cleaning? Data cleaning, sometimes the data when collected contains duplicate data that is not required. Data outliers, which may represent fake answers. So we have to collect and clean and pre-process these data, because we can work on data which are not actual data, and then we will get the wrong insights because of not considering cleaning the data before it starts working. So we have to start with cleaning data. Then analysis and visualization. So analyze data, like getting the average of sales in over certain period under certain circumstances. And then we use visual aids to explore data, like graphs, charts, pivot tables. And then we interpret insights from the data analysis and make some recommendations. And after that, at the end, depending on all the above, we will implement decision and monitor result. And of course, these steps are not depending only the data analyst. Some of them needs a data engineer, and other needs and at the end we need the data scientist to continue. But in some organizations that are not big enough to assign separate positions for a data engineer, data scientist, and data analyst, sometimes you need one or two persons to do that. So sometimes you can do more than required. Methods of data collection. How can we collect data? We can collect data by surveys and questionnaires using Google Form, for example. And sometimes we have platforms that are specialized in providing surveys and questionnaires. Observation, like recording behavior, and this is for scientists, for example. As a scientist, if you're a scientist, you also need data analysis, by the way. Data analysis is in every field. So you will record the behavior. For example, you are recording the weight gain or weight loss of rat after taking some certain food. So you will record the weight over time. So this is observation. Online tracking, and this is by web analytics. Transactions, like sales data. So as you can see, data analysis is not exclusive to sales and profit, because every single field need to analyze data emerge from everywhere. If you are a researcher, if you are a salesperson, if you are a marketer, you need to make marketing, anything that depend on data. After data collection, then you have the data now. You know the goal, you set your hypothesis, and data is collected. After data collection, data should be organized and structured, and we have to check for missing or incorrect values. This is by data cleaning, perform exploratory data analysis. So that is in total is called data cleaning. Apply relevant analytic technique, and then validate finding and create reports. Present insights clearly to stakeholders. What are the computerized applications that can be used for data analysis? First, Microsoft Excel, and we will work on data analysis using Microsoft Excel. Also, SQL in another alternative. Python like Pandas and NumPy. R, Tableau, and Power BI. So some of them are used to analyze data by applying functions and this sort of data analysis, and some of which will you be used to present the analyzed data, like the Tableau and Power BI. So they are working in a complementary way. So, for example, you use Microsoft Excel to analyze your data. How you will present your data, the analyzed data. You can use Power BI, so you can use Excel, and when you finish analysis, you can use Power BI to explore, to present your finding. To wrap up what we have today, quickly, first, we differentiate between data and information. Data is a raw fact which has no meaning. Information, the facts that are processed to give us meaning and insight. There is a difference between data analysis and data analytics. Data analysis deals with vast data to answer the question of how and why. How this happen and why does it happen? So it depends on collecting the vast data and analyzing this data. First, break them down into digestible parts, more understandable parts, and then develop insights from the past. Data analytics work on the future to answer the question what to do, okay, in the future, to set the goal or solve the problem. So it depends on the data that came from the data analysis, and then develop insights depending on this data using modeling and computational model. And this is actually the role of data scientist, but the data analysis is the role of data analyst. For data analysis, or in general to work with data, we have certain steps to follow in order. So the first thing we have to know is the goal that needs to be set or the problem that need to be avoided or be solved. For example, I need like the marketer and the advertiser. If you go to advertiser and you tell them, okay, I need to make ads like on Facebook or YouTube ads, and my goal is to increase my watching time or increase my viewers. or I need to increase my subscribers. So these are separate goals. Everyone is a certain goals. So the advertiser will focus on how to set your goal as a customer. So first step after knowing the goal or knowing the problem to be solved, data are collected accordingly. So according to what you need. This data collected are then cleaned to avoid any duplicates that are not required, any outliers that are not required, any unreal data. And then data analysis start to take place. Then data analytics to provide insights in the future, what we can do in the future to achieve your goal. Okay, you have several applications that are available to work on the data analysis, like Microsoft Excel, and you need another application to present what you have get, like the Power BI. Thank you guys for watching. Write your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have any idea, if you have any example, if you already did a data analysis before and the problem is solved, let us know, share your knowledge together. And I will put more questions on the community so we can revise together what we have to do every time. Thank you guys again. See you next video and bye bye.